Feng Shui School, episode 103. Welcome the year of the ox. Welcome to episode 103 of the Holistic Spaces podcast, where we hope to inspire, educate, and empower you to create your own holistic spaces that nurture and resonate with you. I'm Angie Cho, and this is Laura Morris, and we are the founders of the Mindful Design Feng Shui School. Together, we have over 3 decades of experience designing harmonious spaces for our clients in our separate design businesses, but also through our Mindful Design Feng Shui School. And we have tons of articles. We each have a book. We do workshops, videos, so much that we do. And this podcast. So, Laura and I have guided thousands of people to shift their energy and revitalize their living spaces. Mindful Design School offers feng shui courses and certifications. Check us out at mindfuldesignschool.com. That's a great way to support us if you've been listening to the podcast for a while. So, Happy New Year, Laura.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you. And did you have a good holiday?
Yeah. I did a meditation retreat and took some time off, which is, as you know, unusual for me. Yes. And I did some time unplugged. That's and so it's been good. What about you?
I took some time off and did some baking and hung out with my family. Just unplugged and went offline, which was nice. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, we had a very busy 2020 together with our mindful design business. And but we had a lot of great opportunities to grow and shift and expand and really reach out to more people. Like I think even recently we've been noticing there's a lot of people that listen to the podcast and we really have no idea because it's hard to kind of see those metrics. And but we're glad you're listening because this is a format that we enjoy doing, Laura and I, and we love sharing the wisdom of feng shui, and we hope that we really do hope that it inspires you and sparks something in you to look beyond the surface and know that like feng shui is more than, and actually feng shui is not really about what color should I paint this wall or how can I make my house more beautiful, but it's really a deep practice. Like recently we had some calls with our recent graduates and it was so heartening to listen to them talk about how it was so transformational, right?
Yeah, it was great to connect with them each after and to just really understand what their experience is when you're, there's such a different perspective. We were students at one point, and I guess when you think back, it really is when you've immersed yourself in a practice and you've really set the intention to learn it, you really end up being in a different place at the end. So I think a lot of them were surprised, but it was really great to hear from each of them. And I really enjoyed speaking with them. And I'm just really proud of them too. It was great.
Yeah, definitely. And actually one of our current students that will be graduating in March, she was telling me, she's like, yeah, I've listened to like every single one of your podcasts and read so many blog posts and the books and everything. And she said before she signed up for our certification program, she was like, well, they share so much. Like, what could I possibly learn in the program? And she was like, wow. And even our graduates are just like, yeah, what you find on, for free or in a book is much different than experiential learning with a teacher. And also Laura and I really, we work with each student to create a transformational experience as much as we can. We can't promise anything. You have to show up because it's really you doing the work, but we really want to provide a container or space for that to happen.
Yeah. No, it's been great. 2020 was, interesting to say the least, which we talked about, I think, in our last couple of podcasts. But now we've moved on into 2021. And today we're going to do a little bit of the zodiacal, the the astrology, and we're going to talk about the year of the metal ox, which is coming up officially in February. So, okay, Angie, do you want me to do the setup? And then, so just so everyone knows, we're just doing, this is a top line review that we do every year. We are, we teach a little bit about how this plugs into certain adjustments, the animals, the 12 animals, the position that they have, some of the characteristics, but we don't teach 4 pillars. So just so everyone's clear, this isn't going to be a full expose and deep dive into 4 pillars or Bazi at all. This is top line. It's fun. It's really to go over. I always like to think of it as what's the energy that you all need to dial into for this year, each of the different animals. And so, you do need to know your animal, and I don't know, are we going to have like some kind of a link so people can figure that out, Angie?
Yeah.
If they don't
Maria,
already
who's
know.
on our team, who's on our team, we'll put it in the show notes. And also, so just for everyone, we'll have a blog post that goes over these top line reviews. And then we also have a New Year's reset program that we offer every year. And actually the enrollment would have been closed by the time this airs. So we might open it again if people
maybe right before
we might open it again right before the week of Lunar New Year. But we'll do a deeper dive with each animal and give a feng shui suggestion for each animal as well. And then we're going to do this special live class where we do a special energy blessing ceremony. But yeah, totally everything that Laura said. If you're really interested in this, we highly recommend that you check out a 4 pillars Batsa Chinese astrology expert. And Laura and I really look at this as how can we start to look at the relationships of the energies that the zodiac represents, which is part of all of this, but we're by no means astrology experts, Chinese astrology experts. We're feng shui experts, which goes together, but it's not exactly the same.
Yeah. And there are some adjustments that actually plug right into the animals and their positions. And it's really kind of a cool, more advanced way of looking at the Bagua. But for today, what we're going to talk about, as I said, we're going to keep it really top line, and we're going to go over the energy, the overall energy of the year itself. And then we're going to talk about how this may impact each of the individual animals. So, and we're focusing on your birth year animal. There are many pillars. And so this is just one of the 4, and this is your year animal. But I really like this quote, and it's from Theodora Lau from her Handbook of the Chinese Horoscopes. And she's quote, there's a Chinese saying that the animal assigned to your birth year is the animal that hides in your heart. So I always like that quote. And it made me think, well, isn't that a good way to just talk about the overall energy of the year and then talk about each of the animals? So Angie and I will go back and forth, right? Angie, you'll do one animal and then I'll do one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Laura, does this mean you have a little rat hiding in your heart?
I have a tiny rat in my heart. Yeah. He's cute though. He's super cute. He's fuzzy and he's a very cute rat. And we'll go through each of the animals. But what I wanted to do is, I always say this is like, let's keep it fun. So remember, this is fun. This is not to stress anyone out. You need to understand that astrology and these cosmic predictors are one factor in many factors that shape you, let's say. So in the feng shui that we practice, we believe in there being many others, like the deeds you do, how your hard work, your education, the feng shui that you use. So there are many factors in life. And yes, this is one, this cosmic astrology, that which we really can't do much about because it's really dictated by the stars and it's bigger than us. It is just one. So if it's not the most amazing year for you, just understand, do not panic. It's all good. Everything is cyclical. We can't always be up, right? Everything has to come around, but we're going to talk a little bit about things you can do and how you can ride through that energy, right?
Yeah. And the other thing that I didn't answer is that if you don't know your year animal, yes, you can go to the blog and we'll have the years listed. But you do have to know that the year, if you're born on or before February 4th or 5th, you are probably, if you're before February 4th, you're the year prior. So you're the animal prior. So say if you are born, your year is 1924, then you'd look at the animal associated with 1923. And also, if you're born on February 4th or 5th, you should consult with somebody because that you could be on the cusp. So you have to check the with an almanac or with a practitioner, or you could try to find some online thing to
Tell you
calculate
when it shifted.
your natal chart. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we'll go back and forth.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. Well, I'll start by talking a little bit about the overall energy of the year itself. So this year is an ox, a yin metal ox year. And overall, if you think about the energy of the ox itself, they're hardworking. They're sort of, I like to call them the steady eddies. They're comfortable. They can be predictable. There's a reliable, no nonsense. They like ritual. They don't like surprises. There's a real common sense quality and uncomplicatedness about it, which I think we could use a little bit more of now. Yin metal is, again, we're talking yin. So if we remember back when we talk about yin and yang, there are both yang and yin versions of each of these elements. And yin metal is the softer of the two metals. It is refined. It's about being organized. There's a joy to it. When you look really deeply into some of the position in the I Ching, when you start looking at yin metal on a deeper level, there is this reflection and sense of beauty, grace, and joyfulness. So it's a nice energy. Let's put it that way. I like it. It's a very softer but beautiful and graceful energy. So so overall, ox, practical, no nonsense, finds comfort in routine. And then when you bring in the yin metal energy, it works well to complement this because the ox overall desire for completing things. So when you think back, those that have been listening to the podcast for a while are reading, metal itself has a lot to do with completing things, completion, organization. So they kind of go together. Ox has a desire for things to be finished and done and work on things and complete them. And metal has that overall energy as well. So that sort of gives you a sense of the year itself. And then what we do is we go through and then we sort of think about each of the animals and how they get along with the ox and how they get along with their energy of the ox and the compatibility. And knowing what we know, we pull together sort of an overall energy. So do you want to start with the rat, Angie?
Actually, why don't you start with the rat, because you're the rat, so you'll know more. But yeah. And also, well, actually, you know what? Let me do the rat. Let's just
okay. Well, do you have anything else to add about the ox, all the stuff I said, or is that good?
That's great. And I just think that yeah, no, that's great. And also for those of you who will be joining us for the live class, we'll talk more. We're going to go a little bit more in depth in that. So yeah, so it's just top line review today on the podcast. So rat. You want to do it, or I'll do it?
I'll do rat. I'll do it. Okay, rat. So I'm a rat. And should I go through each of the years? No. So you're going to figure it out. Everyone at home, you're going to figure it out.
No, they're going to go to the blog.
Yeah, you're going to go to the blog and you're going to figure it out if you don't already know. I'm sure a lot of you know already though. Okay, so rats are pretty resourceful. We are coming out of a rat year. I don't want anyone to hold that against me or any rats. They like to be busy. They're very opportunistic and clever. And rats are good friends with dragons, snakes, and monkeys. And their bestest friend is the ox. So this is a good thing for rats. Good year. So overall energy of the year is good. It's positive. We came out of a rat year, and sometimes when an animal is in its own year, it's not always great. So we're going into the year of our best friend, which is really nice. Energetically, how to flow with that. I'm looking forward to, as a rat, to embrace the calmer energy of the ox year, to be more of a steady Eddie, and maybe not to do things that, not that I did it a lot this year, but this past year, but keep things maybe a little bit simpler and less risky endeavors, sort of go away from those.
Okay, thank you. Now we're moving on to the ox. So the ox, as you've already heard about when we talked about the top line review for the year, the ox is very steady, they're hardworking, they plow through problems very calmly, and their best friends are the snake, rooster, and rat. So typically you would think that, like Laura talked about, like rats in the rat year, or an ox in an ox year, typically people think, oh, they always say, yes, it's my year. But then I have to break the bad news to them that it doesn't mean that it's a lucky year for you. So it's not a lucky year for you, or it's a difficult, it's going to be a challenging year for the ox. So if you are an ox, think of it as a way that this year is a way to bring more, think about this year as a way to face your challenges and to just learn from the opportunities that are presented to you. Look at the challenges as an opportunity, and make time for self-care. Take breaks. Don't work too hard. And if you're coming to our New Year's reset class, that's a really good idea, because the protection ceremony that we practice in that class is the one that you need to do as an ox. And there's a few other animals that zodiac animals that need to practice it, but definitely for those born in the year of the ox. And it's a protection ceremony that kind of has you, we like to say, it smooths out the rough edges to bring in more ease for the coming year. So we hope to see you. And then also it's good for any ox to carry a 3-dimensional figurine of a rat. And at holisticspaces.com, we sell the 2021 rat keychain charm that you can carry around with you. Because the idea is, so basically for every zodiac animal, it's a good idea to carry around an image of a rat, and you want a 3-dimensional realistic looking image. Because in BTB Feng Shui, oh my God, I've said this I think like 20 million times. We've been doing this a long time. So in BTB Feng Shui, we have a one of our adjustments is for the year, for each Chinese zodiac year, is to carry around the best friend of the animal of the year. So like we said, if it's your year, it doesn't mean that it's an easy year for you. So in a sense, you want to carry the year animal's best friend, because the year god will see its best friend, be so enamored by it that it doesn't do you any harm. So it's like your friend's enemy is your friend or something. However, how does that go?
No, I don't think that's the saying you're thinking of.
Oh,
you're thinking of my enemy's enemy is my friend. So that's not what you want.
My enemy's friend is my friend.
No, you know what? I think what you're looking at is going, hey, cool. That guy's friends with that guy. I like that guy. Right?
Yeah. Well, it's that you're so, the year god sees its best friend, and it's so enamored with its best friend that it doesn't do you any harm.
Exactly.
So it's a great idea. So if you can find a rat person to hang out with, like luckily my business partner Laura is a rat, or if your partner's a rat, our astrologer, if you guys listened last week, Christina, her partner is a rat. So she's like, oh, I guess I have to hang out with her all the time. So yeah, you can hang out with a rat or you can carry a rat charm. So anyways, we have them for sale at holisticspaces.com, but definitely if you can come to the New Year's reset, so you can do
I
the
think we're
ceremony.
now that you're talking about it, we're probably gonna have to reopen it.
Okay.
Before.
All right. Well, we'll reopen it for like one.
Get on our
week.
mailing list. Just make sure you're on the mailing list if you're not already on it.
Yes.
So
That's the best way. One of the best ways to support us.
Just because if we do, we probably won't be advertising it on Instagram. We'll probably just send an email, a quick email. Okay.
So
tiger.
There you go.
Okay.
You go.
Tiger. Okay. So tigers, all you tigers out there, you dynamic, self-reliant tigers, super creative, bounding through the jungle. That's it. You don't live in forests. Maybe you do. Anyway. Okay. So, tigers are friends with horses and dogs and pigs. And again, a lot of creativity, a lot of energy, dynamic. I mean, think about the tiger, right? They're kind of always moving and, they're really clever. And then you got to think about the ox, and he's that steadfast, strong work ethic, kind of boring for a tiger, maybe, but boring is good, everyone, right? Let's think about what we all just came out of, or what we're presently coming out of. So I would say overall, pretty neutral, but you got to lean into the boring, tigers. Just take advantage of the calmer energy. Might not be what you like, but it's what you need. Let's just put it that way.
Okay, cool. We have rabbit. Rabbits are easygoing, they're sociable, and the rabbit hops along with grace. Rabbits are friends with the ram, the pig, and the dog. So rabbits will enjoy a quieter, more stable energy this year with the ox, again, because the ox is very stable and steady. And for extra support, it's a good idea to carry with you that rat charm, or to have a rat hang out with a rat. And so the overall energy is neutral. And it's what you could do this year in 2021 is gracefully bunny hop over minor setbacks and enjoy the slower pace. You can do the dragon, even though I have a little dragon.
You're a dragon.
I have the little dragon hiding in my heart.
A little tiny dragon. What color is your little dragon in your heart?
Purple.
Purple dragon. Nice. Okay, so dragons are energetic, strong. They fly through life with purpose. And Angie is a dragon, and I'm a rat. And so we're actually two of a three trian. Of the trian, we're two of them, and the last is monkey. And so dragons' best friends are monkeys, rats, and roosters as well. Dragons actually have a lot of respect for the ox's work ethic and tenacious nature. So it's actually good for a dragon this year. They can get down with, they are on board with the working, and that is like Angie's all over it. She can't wait to work more and to be more on task, if that's possible. So overall, the energy of the year is good for a dragon. So yay, dragon. So align your powerful dragon energy with the stable and determined energy of the ox.
All true about the dragon. Okay, snake. So snakes are intellectual. Snakes slide through life with wisdom and grace. And their best friends are the rooster, monkey, and ox, which is what, if they're best friends with the ox, that's good news for the snake in 2021. So the snake will have an overall good year, and the snake's wisdom will serve them well, and it will be looked upon favorably by the year of the ox. So this year, use your subtle influence and keen intuition, and slide through this year with wisdom and grace.
Wise snakes, yes. Okay, horses. Horses are strong, active. Horses will gallop looking for adventure. So horses are, when you think about oxes and horses, they're both really strong and really they have a work ethic. So, I mean, it makes sense. They're both, farm animals as well. Their horses are best friends with tigers, dogs, and rams. And you just came out of a pretty rough year, horses, because rats are not your buddy. You clash with the rat. So you're moving into an ox year, which works better with your energy. You're both efficient. You're both hard workers. The ox has a lot of respect for that. So overall, this year is pretty ease. It's like ease. I would say, you're going to go with the flow. So what to do is focus on projects. Maybe so because the rat might not have been great for you. You might have had some unfinished projects. So go back, see if you can tackle those, maybe one or two ones that you can find ease in as well, and use that energy of the ox to help you tackle them.
Okay, next is ram. The ram is also known as a sheep or a goat, and we'll refer to it as ram though. So rams are gentle and kind, but under that soft, woolly exterior is strong determination. So rams are friends with the pig, the rabbit, and the horse. So in general, the good-natured ram is not really in the best relationship with the hard-working ox because they clash with each other in the Chinese zodiac. So it's important for those born in the year of the ram to also do that New Year's reset program with us if you can. And you should definitely carry around with you a three-dimensional rat charm, because the ram is in opposition to the ox year. So the overall energy of this year might feel a little challenging. The ox may feel like it's a bit of a taskmaster, but tap into your strength and determination, ram. And ask for help and hang out with some rats.
Mm-hmm. Ask for help. That's right. Any things, talk to your local rat. Okay. Monkey. So monkeys are clever. They're curious. They will charm, wait for it, others with their appeal. It's a really bad pun, but I like puns. Monkeys are friends with dragons and rats, and especially snakes. So monkeys will do well this year if they focus their energy and don't try to take the quick way of doing things. So monkeys are a little bit sneaky, and they are they in a way are not so much resourceful as more they think they're a little bit smarter and just take the quick way to do things. So try to use that clever monkey ways, but lay it down and channel it through the energy of the ox, which will make you much more successful. So pretty good year for monkeys. But that ox won't tolerate any monkeying around. So try to be on your best behavior and try to focus a little bit more this year on tasks.
Okay, moving on to the rooster. Roosters are articulate, they are astute, and they strut their stuff with confidence. They're roosters, and they're best friends with snakes, oxen, and dragons. Roosters they do like the solid work ethic of the ox, so they make a good team with the ox, and so the ox and the rooster can appreciate each other's focus and determination. So if you're born in the year of the rooster, your overall energy is supportive. And what you can do this year is, just because you have the opportunity to do a lot and accomplish much, it doesn't mean that you should. Don't get caught up in working too hard and take time for yourself.
Okay, dog. Loyal dogs look out for others, and they are dogged protectors. So loyalty above all else. Dogs are best friends with tigers, horses, and rabbits. They are in a mostly neutral relationship with the ox. So dog and ox, they see eye to eye on being fair and being steadfast. But it's just so. So maybe for extra luck and support, you can either hang out with that rat friend of yours or find a rat to hang out with, or you can get the rat charm and carry that around with you. So what you can do is, to align yourself with the energy, is don't pick fights and instead choose to channel your inner peacemaker, all you dogs out there.
Okay. And last but not least is the pig. The pig, also known as a boar, is good-natured, trustworthy, fun-loving, and pigs are always there to help snout. If you didn't know already, Laura wrote this stuff. she loves the puns. I'm not so good, but I'm trying to I was taking your lead. You have to pause, right?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It works better, I think, on paper. So
Yes, it does.
you have to say it right. Pigs are always there to help snout. Maybe? No. Still better on paper. Anyway,
okay.
That's fine.
So pigs are best friends with rabbits, rams, and tigers. Pigs are hardworking, but they also know how to have a good time. Yes, pigs work hard, but the ox doesn't appreciate the pig's bon vivant. Is that how you say it?
Bon vivant? Yeah, bon vivant.
Oh, yeah, I don't know how to say that.
Fun-loving side.
Their fun-loving side. So if you are a pig born, if you're born in the year of the pig, for the year of the ox, we do recommend that you carry the 2021 rat charm to or hang out with a rat or both to soften the relationship and give the pig more support. And the great thing about the charm is that I made it into a keychain, so you just have it with you all the time. Like I love inventing like really no-brainer things.
Mm-hmm. I put mine on my wallet.
Oh yeah, you got it?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got them. So I put it on my wallet and it's there always. And so it's not like on my purse because I'm afraid it'll get knocked off, but on my wallet, in my purse, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and people also, you can put it on your purse or on your keychain. And over during the year, I usually get like some of my friends who I give them to, they'll say, "It broke. What happens?" And I guess we can.
Mine's never broken. In all the years I've had them, never broken. I just took my my last one off and I'm putting my new one on.
Well, but look, you already you put it somewhere with intention that it would be safe, where other people maybe didn't. They just put it on their keychain. So anyway, back to the pig. So the overall energy of the year is so. But what you can do is be selective about who you do business with, who you interact with, and use and remind yourself of the stable and analytical ways of the ox to support you. And so that's our wrap up. That's our top line review. If you'd like to learn, if you want to read this again, you can also see it. It's going to be on our blog, basically the same stuff that we just shared with you without our banter.
Wonderful delivery.
Yes. But also, yeah, definitely come to our New Year's reset. It'll be so fun. We're really excited about it this year because we have a really interesting group of people, and it'll be fun. And we're going to do this ritual that we do every year. Yeah. And so we wish everyone a happy new year. Be sure to, be sure to check out a couple things, announcements. One is that if you didn't know, we're on YouTube. So basically Laura's in Canada and I'm in New York. So we record these on Zoom. So we also recorded the videos so you can see our fun interactions.
Very exciting behind the scenes stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, backstage with Angie and Laura.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we're on YouTube, and also we're on, so the podcast already. And then we have the New Year's reset. So I guess we'll put it out. So make sure you get on our mailing list. You could sign up for a mailing list at mindfuldesignschool.com or at holisticspaces.com. So thank you so much for listening.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the Holistic Spaces podcast. Don't forget, now we're on YouTube. And now you can tune in every Monday for a new podcast episode because the rat made more work for the dragon. And if you like our podcast in this episode, please share it with others. Subscribe and leave a review. If you'd like to explore the world of mindful design and holistic spaces and feng shui on an even deeper level, you can visit our website, our store, visit our Teachable site. We have courses available there, and we should have 2 practical feng shui courses up, one for January and one for February. So that's the best way to work with us. Actually, that's not the best way to work with us. The best way to work with us is to take our certification program. But it's a nice way to get a little bit more, because we have a small group of people, just 9 people, and we go over everyone's floor plan. So you get like 3 to 5 minutes to ask us questions, and people really love it. So check out Practical Feng Shui and check out the New Year's Reset program that we have that we'll make available for you guys for one additional week. And and sign up for a newsletter. And thank you so much. We will see you next week.